Hello YouTube, welcome back to another Yas Heat lap guide. My name is Foch, and today we're taking the Lamborghini Huracan EVO2 around Snetterton. Hard to say this is a very popular circuit, because it really is not. Even on the LFM weeks, this is not very popular. I would say for a reason. It's a really awkward racetrack. Very narrow, very bumpy. And super technical, which, if you combine all of it, it doesn't really make for a very exciting experience, let's put it this way. Racing here generally means driving in a big train of cars with a very low chance of overtaking. Really no chance to overtake without big mistakes, but the mistakes happen here quite a lot, as the track is filled with super high curbs, very bumpy, all of the off tracks, and the last sector very unique. Last set of corners, let's say, after this straight, very tricky braking zone coming up. Lambo here pretty decent. Lambo generally pretty decent across most of the circuits. Probably not quite the fastest car, but probably among them for sure. That being said, this is what I was talking about when I was talking about probably the most unique set of corners in the whole game. This incredibly long right-hander, followed by a very tricky braking zone, and a very important exit, of course, to the main straight. Let's start talking about the references, though. So for turn 1, there is the braking boards. We're braking between the 1 and the turn-in sign. There's also a wide spot of tarmac right after where we want to start braking. Here we're braking at the 2 board. Really want to keep the exit tight here and not go wide, because otherwise you get this little kick of oversteer and lose quite a bit of time. Here we're braking roughly halfway between where the rubbered marks start and the turn-in brake sign. For the next hairpin, we're braking right before the rubbered marks start. A lot of the references are on the track itself. This is a really tricky one. You want to brake when the gravel patch starts on the right side. That was a little bit early, and for this one we're braking when the turn-in sign starts. Very important corner, this one. A little tap on the brakes. Try to not go that wide over the bump. As you can see, it upsets the car quite a bit, but little tap of brakes, and careful on the exit to not oversteer too much, because that is second most important exit on the circuit. Here we're braking at a 1 board, downshifting to 3rd, and then braking right when the curb ends on the left side, and keeping the car in 3rd, 2nd gear. This is just a lift. Getting the turn-in right is very important. And here we're turning in. Can apply some brake and downshift to help the car rotate. And here we're braking at a 3rd post before the end. That was a little sloppy, but the tires aren't quite there yet. So that is a rough lap guide on Snetterton. This track really demands a lot of practice, and it being not the most popular thing out there means that a lot of people lacking that practice. So if you put in the time, you can definitely do very well here. Alright, so here's our setup. Quite a lot of negative tail front and rear. Seems to work really well here. Once again, we're running engine map 1, really trying to switch my driving towards that. And to compensate for that, running steer ratio at 13 really helps me not to have that crazy Lambo oversteer that often. I've been running quite a bit of springs and a lot of bump stop range. Springs to prevent the bumps and or to prevent car getting launched over the curbs, and the bump stop range to make it turn. Stiff roll bars, and the rear is rather soft to obviously give us that traction on the slow corner exits. Dampers similar to Donington, very stiff fast dampers and soft slow ones, just to give us that traction and to prevent the car from bouncing uncontrollably over the curbs. A max wing as per usual, and quite a lot of rake as well. So pretty standard setup, nothing too crazy here. And that being said, I'll leave you off with a hot lap and see you on the next one.